Whoa! I've just come back from my poo and I've seen Blood for the Blood God and Club Me both blessing me with some jewels. Thank you guys very much. How is everybody? Let me have a little look and see who we've got. I have zero clue what they are. They're basically the same thing as bits on Twitch, if you know what they are. I've no clue what they are. Oh, I'm old. Aren't we all, buddy? Aren't we all? Right, let's turn the camera on. There we go. We've got a camera. Let me have a little scroll back in the chat. CDs was the first one in. CDs, how are you, buddy? You good? Followed by Club Me. Hello, Painty Man. Blood for the Blood God. Yo, we got Bouncing Swords. Evening. Nah, nose picking time. It was actually poo producing time. I was a little bit late. I was further behind schedule than I wanted to be, and my pre-stream poo happened a little bit later. But other than that, how are you lot getting on? Blood for the Blood God is hiding in their truck while a kid enjoys his friend's party at the trampoline park. Nice. Hiding in a truck, watching the stream. Sounds good to me. CDs is good. Good stuff, good to hear. So I'm going to open up an old school deck box to start the stream. A deck box that is 20 odd years old. Where on a scale of 1 to 10 did the poo fall? Ah, it's a solid 7.5. Yeah, PSP, a pre-steam poo. That's it. Exactly right, Bouncing. I went for my PSP. It was an easy drop and a difficult wipe, okay? Now you know. Well, I'm going to open this one because I don't have any Aldari. So, my mic has been moved. Usually I like to open a box when the model I'm making is that box, but as I don't have any Aldari, and I don't have any AdMech cards, this is what we'll open today. Why not? Was it like trying to wipe a marker? Yeah, exactly. Never-ending bum wipe. I mean, of all the ways these YouTube streamers start the streams, I'm not entirely sure there are many that start off with a PSP. But here we are. Right, let's open this, shall we? See what we've got. What year is this from? From the year 2001. What were you guys doing in 2001? Just after the Millennium Bug. Get a little book. They all have this book in, so won't spend too much time with that. But what we do want is these cards. Eldar. Back before the Eldari were called the Eldari, they were just called Eldar. Let's see what lovely artwork we've got here, shall we? Right. Right, we've got the chem bogs. I've just been sat on the bog and now we've got a chem bog. We've got a black maze and an Oberon hive city. We've got the Barbican Peaks and the Ardeus Valley. Okay, and now we're into some actual units. We've got the Cobra. Very nice looking vehicle. We've got Eldorad Uthran, the Psyker. Followed by a Stealth Hamner. Got a couple of them. A Shearer. A couple of them. Infantry. An Immanuel. More infantry. And an Arthur Drill. The green infantry. We've got the Aranis. Psychers. Psyker infantry. Underhive gang. Underhive doing big business at the minute. We've got the salvage team. And some maze fighters. Followed by the Barbican settlers. And some Ardean raiders. Okay, we're back to the Eldar. We've got the Wave Serpent. Pretty cool looking vehicle. 3 of those. Followed by Support Battery. 3 of those. We've got Mircha. Another Psycho. Lots of Psychics in here. Lots of Psychic infantry. We got Karandras. A big boy. With big wings and big abilities to counter-attack. Jet Bike Squad. I used to love the jet bikes, particularly the Dark Eldar jet bikes when I was a kid. We've got the Jarkora. More Psychic infantry. We've got the Ericnia. Getting towards the end of the deck now. We got the Saruthar. And the final unit for the deck box is some Alethra. Dire Avengers. So, hopefully you liked the 25-year-old artwork, and it was something a little bit different for you to see. Warhammer 40k trading cards from 2001. Not something you see every day. That was the Eldar deck box. Bum, 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 bum. A little treat for you there. Not something that's widely opened. Not easy to find sealed boxes of that. It's gone unopened for 25 years. Dum, 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 dum. CDs in 2001, I was watching Planes. Oh yeah, 25 years since that happened. Kuros, guess what I was reminded of last night? What was that? What was going on? Good to see you back, Kuros, and Sharp Dom's back in the Twitch as well. Bouncing turned 20 in 2021. Nice work. Nicely done. I started playing RuneScape in that year. Black Sigil is here as well. Hello. Good sir, how are you? So we've got this guy. Currently still in a lot of pieces. What I might do today is glue him back together and then do a second little layer on some of the silver and some of the bronze. Then get maybe some leather on the handle and some pipe work. Because I don't always know which bits I'm going to paint which colour until I start doing it. That's the thing. And And I kind of want him to be back in one piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue him together whilst he's drying, build something else, and then start painting him again. Belisarius Crawl. Yeah, Crawl is in pieces at the minute. But this seems like a job for Gorilla Glue. Nothing a bit of Gorilla Glue. At least we know where all the pieces are. I mean, that's good. So, let's get this arm back where it should be. Yeah, my heavy-handed painting has caused Belisarius a little bit of trouble. I agreed to go to a one-page rules event on Saturday with my Tyranid army that's half built. I agreed to this over a month ago. Oh, the pressure's on. Thought you'd be done, but you didn't even start till last week. Oh, best get a wriggle tiggle on them, my friend. Do you know what I got today? I got the Sanguinor arrived, so that's good. Probably build that in a moment as my Blood Angels army continues to grow. What are you guys working on today? Out or note? In the instructions it tells you. Does it really? Does it advocate for sub-assembly in instructions? I've never seen it tell you how to paint something when you're assembling it. Is there a little symbol that I've just been ignoring? Sharp Dom. Going to a two-headed game next week. Painting up 60 Hormagaunts and 40 Zangas. Wow. Sharp Dom's a busy boy. But at least you got the stream to accompany you on your painting quest. Club me. Squats, 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 and some more squats. Paint bloody slowly and overly complex for the outcome, but I love it. Well, at least with a squat, there's less surface area to put the paint on. Ah, Gaminator. Your converted war track is now called the War Wheeler. I like it. The War Wheeler Dealer. Sharp Dom with 1,000 suns. Nice. Seeing more and more T-Suns around these parts recently. Howdy, howdy. Hello there. We got Mez and Toby joining the chat. Good to see you both. How you been doing? And Major Havoc. Look at this. Hey up, duck. Happy hump day. CDs. Admech. I'm always painting Admech. How are you, Major Havoc? Have you made a start on the Combat Patrol yet? The Combat Patrol that you won for free on this very channel. You were going to call it the Warhound. Yeah, that's a night model, unfortunately. Sharp Doms had them on the back burner forever. Don't forget to chuck a thumbs up in the YouTube video if you want to fill that red bar above my head. That would be awfully good. Very much appreciated. Toby's doing great. Good to hear, sir. What are you doing today, Toby? Are you computer gaming or model making? What's going on in the Toby household? Alright, let's put a little bit of glue. A little bit of sticky. Real sticky, icky. Ooh, wee. And that's arguably way too much. Such is life. Right, let's see if we can get him on and keep him on this time. I can't quite understand how this glues on. Just when I think I've got one side right, positioned correctly, something goes wrong with the other side. Ah! I got it, I think. I've said that before. Yeah, I think that's right. Right, I'm going to not touch him for 2 minutes. Oh, you wouldn't guess what's just happened. His head's fell off. God damn it. Right, quickly, emergency glue on his head. This model, man, I don't know what I did wrong. I was obviously having a bit of an off day with the glue when I made this. Right, there we go. You sit over there and think about what you've done. Glue your models properly. Top tip there from Toby. Are you in? Oh, I wasn't quite in, but I pushed it harder and now it is in. Oh, I missed a couple of bits there. Let me look at my other screen. Just realised the 11th edition grots look really similar to the Gob Mob in Gloomspite Gits. Okay. Mez is good, trying to figure out where to put the smoke launchers on the Shadow Sword. Okay, looks good, looks good. Man of Iron spotted. What have I missed? I missed something in the Twitch chat. Ah, metabolic backup. Look at this, we've got another bot. Who doesn't enjoy a bot in the Twitch chat? We seem to get at least one bot in the Twitch chat every day. Like, what's the point? AI viewers. Who wants AI viewers when I've got you crazy bunch, right? Haha, bloody clanker. Started using a glue brush when building and I have been loving it. Nice one, Kuros. Yeah, see, my problem was I was using a quick setting glue that just wasn't really suitable for what I was doing. So now I've got a proper glue, it's all good. Black Sigil is stripping some Bretonian bowmen. How come, Black Sigil? What's the purpose of the strip? Involuntary subassembly. Yeah, so in painting this, I've managed to snap it in half, snap some of the pipes off the back, snap the weapon off, and the head. Oh, Olmaph doing an Olmaph. A tale as old as time. A litany of maintenance. Hey, Psycow, good to see you. How are you, Psycow? How's your day been? Pretty standard AdMech tomfoolery. doing a more efficient painting. Okay, see, that's a good thing, you know, with the models. You got a painted model, you want to do something a little bit different, you just strip it off and start again. Trying to see their bits, that's it. That is it. Let me see if I can get this bit on the back. Then I can leave it to dry whilst we build something else for a little bit. So that glues onto here. No, it does not. Where's this bit go onto? Ah, there. And the fumes from superglue are a lot less fun than the than that of the plastic glue. Kuros trying to multitask, watching the stream, working and building a winged hive tyrant. Whoa, using all of the brain cells. Yeah, winged hive tyrant's a real nice model. If I can successfully get this stuck back together, I'll show you my winged hive tyrant. Get your hive tyrant out for the boys! Might need a little bit more glue than what I've just put on there, but we'll find out. Bum, 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 bum. Right, let's leave that like that. Let it dry. Hope for the best. Praise be to the Omnisire. And then we'll put some more silver on, some more bronze, and we'll see how many times we can snap this model, shall we? But between now and then, I have had a delivery today. The Sanguinor for my ever-expanding Blood Angels army. Yeah. I do dig the green. I think the green's come out really nicely, man. I'm really pleased with the green. Like, I just think that looks so cool. Because somebody said, oh, paint it the colours of your logo. Yeah, job done. Green AdMech. Lovely jubbly. But whilst that's drying, rather than painting it and immediately snapping it, I got one of these. (2024), pretty recent model, this one. So we've got Mephiston. We now have the Sanguinor as well. Blood for the Blood God went back inside and found the kid dangling from a harness, flying around the ceiling. Nice. Oh, is that one of those, like, it's like a track, and it's a bit like a zip line. Was it one of those? Zip line? Is that what's going on? Paint the Blood Angels, dude. NMM pink. You're a shite bag if you did it. Well, I think I'll stick to gold, but I appreciate the suggestion. My Tau is pink. My Tau is pink and yellow. Yellow and pink. Max and Paddy. Paddy and Max. All AdMech Forge Worlds still incorporate red into their colour scheme. Well, not this one. I might do the I could do the Plasma Glow red, maybe. We'll see. I like the green. I'm really pleased with the green. It's not often I do something and I look at it and go, oh, that's pleasing to the eye. So, he's got a chalice and a sword ready for battle. I bet he's got iron brew in his chalice. What better fizzy drink? I wonder if I could get an iron brew sponsorship, not with all the Scottish accents I do on this stream. Hey, Olmaph, we've been watching your stream, and we didn't think we can sponsor you. Bum, 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 bum. If anyone wants to give a thumbs up for the crazy guy on the TV screen, thumbs up are good because it means we get new people. People like Kuros. Although, to be fair, Kuros found us in Twitch, which has nothing to do with the YouTube thumbs up, so not the best example. How did you find us in Twitch, out of interest, Kuros? We don't get many in the Twitch. It's always a lot busier in YouTube. Skippy dibby dum, do 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 do. I made some 30k Skitari have bone colour cloaks, but they have some trim work on them that I painted red. Okay, nice. Nice, nice. That's how I found you. How? How did you find me? CDs. Yeah, more people get involved. The more jewels we get, the more stuff we give away. We're doing the Sanguinor. Yeah, I'm just putting Sanguinor together. It got delivered today. Whilst this guy's drying. What? Yeah, whilst Mr. Call is drying up a little bit, I figured I need to keep my fingers busy, so we're putting together the Sanguinor. How are you, Slaith? Good to see you, sir. How's the streaming going? Kuros, random. Random. You randomly found me. Well, I'm pleased to have you here, Kuros. I was just looking for someone to watch as I was building. Nice. Blood for the Blood God. Got some cool vids of him flying around and walking on the high wires. Oh, to be young and free from fear. Young people fall over, they just bounce and get back up. Whereas if I get out of the sofa too quickly, I'm injured for a week. I make involuntary noises when I get in and out of chairs. Ah, Major Havoc did it the other way around to how people usually did it. And he found my Twitch link in my OnlyFans bio. Nice. Yeah, if you want to see some premium toes, check out my OnlyFans. Blood for the Blood God. What about my Berserkers? You said there'd be corn this week. Yeah, I was going to do Berserkers, but I'm not going to have time. They're going to get pushed to next week. They're primed. Primed and ready to go. We could start those instead of continuing Belisarius Call. I'll have a little think whilst I'm putting this guy together. I'll have a little think. We don't want to displease the Blood God. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Only toes, that's it. That's why we have toes as an emote on the channel. Because every now and again I'll do a little bit of a wiggly wiggly. Get the large feet, hairy toes out. What on earth is that? That CDs is... Oh, is this the Skitari? Let me have a look. Yes, it is. Ah, that looks nice. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Kuros has run out of tea. What kind of tea have you got, Kuros? Well, empty tea. That's what you have right now. But what tea did you have and are you going to get? trying to appease the machine spirit. Hey, look at this! Blood for the Blood God sent 10 jewels. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Press F. Pay your respects to the lack of corn berserkers on this channel. Complete Belisarius' call before anything else falls off. Well, if I try to complete him, more stuff might fall off. If I leave him alone, stuff might stay where it is. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Bum, 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 ba-dum. That stuff will fall off if you look at him wrong. Seems to be the way with the AdMech. I am rapidly learning. Right. He's got a backpack. He's got some legs. He's got half a cup and a sword. Let's give him head. Only one head option on here. Come on. I don't think this kit's got any spare parts at all, has it? I don't think. Nothing for the bits box today. Can't get more tea. I'm currently trying to keep this tail in one piece. Got hands full of tyrannid. No time for tea. Look at Blood for the Blood God. How the hell are we only at 6 likes? Come on, people. Pump up the likes. Pump it up. Give him what now? We got to give him a head, right? Quite a cool, regal-looking head he has as well. Yesterday we almost had close to 20 already. Yeah, peaks and troughs, ups and downs, smiles and frowns. For some reason, Wednesday is always our least busy stream. But if you guys can click the thumbs up, if you haven't already, it's pretty useful. Who are we giving head to? Whoever you want. That is your right as a human being. Bum, 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 bum. Stick it in the hole. Real sticky hole. There we go. Snug. Snug fit. Now we've got half a cup. Why print the full cup when you can print the half cup? It's the way the injection moulding works. Bum bum bum, but the bum bum, but the bum bum. My thumb is well and truly up. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, year 2 of Olmaph. This is the first week of year 2. Been very enjoyable so far. Appreciate you all for getting involved. Right, a couple of shoulder pads, why not? Is that the exact same shoulder pad that Mephiston has? I think it is literally exactly the same. Dum 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 dum. Oh, look at this. Kuros with the fancy tea. Going for a vanilla black with a bit of cream and honey. That sounds like a dessert. More so than a cup of tea. Benza. Hello again. How are you, Benza? Good to see you. How's your day going? Third tea of the day. Nice. This is my 4th coffee of the day. I have 3 coffees in the office and then 1 at home. That's my routine. Right, he's got shoulder pads. Benza. I tried Tamiya X with thin plastic cement. Best thing I ever tried. Yes, it's very important to not get the quick setting one. Because there is a quick setting version. Let me visually explain. So the one on the left is the good one. The one on the right is the bad one. There we go. In my humble opinion. Just so you guys don't make the mistakes that I make. An important difference to behold. Tamiya airbrush cleaner, great to refill your cement bottles. True. Kuros, work from home, so I've had all my tea in the office. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I work from home occasionally. I mean, right now I'm technically working from home, right? Benza has got both. Oh, okay. Yes, Blood for the Blood God. That's what Mez was talking about yesterday. The quick set is great for sprue glue, really. I wouldn't have thought it would have the plastic converting power. I'll tell you what then, later on today I'm going to drop some sprue into that bottle. And we'll see what happens, right? Bum. Dum. Speak of the devil and he appears. How's my favourite lunatic tank builder? Sounds about right. Three to 7mm lengths. Otherwise it takes too long. Okay. Useful to know. And is there a particular vintage of sprue that works best? Because obviously the composition of plastic has changed over the years. Doodle-doo, biddle-da-dow, skibbity-bee-bop-bow. There's little differences there between the old plastics and the new plastics when it comes to sprue glue. Sprue goo. Gooing up the sprue. Styrene is styrene. How's this fitting? alright. Right, let's put some glue in there. Kuros, use a very tiny bit of quickset glue to hold stuff temporarily. Okay, okay. I guess it's got its uses then. Which is good. I've got 2 bottles of this stuff, so I'm going to make some sprue glue. Some spruey goo. And if it all goes wrong, I'm blaming Mez. Okay. At least this guy's got wings, unlike the Sanguinary Guard, where I had to get my own wings from eBay. Ouch. Hey, look, 212's back. Not Cole, Cole is here. Look. I've just glued him back together after a series of misfortunate events. How are you, 212? How's your week been so far? Are you working on any minis today? This is the Sanguinor from the Blood Angels. Looks a little like this. A little something like this. Have the bottle about half empty. Well, that's good because I've got 2 bottles. I've got 1 bottle that is full and 1 bottle that's got like maybe 10% full. So I could probably make a half and half out of the 2 bottles and then have 2 bottles of super goo. Bum 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 bum. Right, so this goes on here, like oh no, wrong side. Right, okay, nice. Yeah, quickset for those little fiddly bits is probably quite good. Although I used quickset for the entirety of the call. Probably why it keeps falling apart. He is one very fiddly boy. Popped in yesterday, but only for a bit. Okay. I guess that's how you knew it was coal that we were working on. Sanguinor, rock on! Wading through a few dozen grey nights this evening. Nice. Look forward to seeing him 2-on-2. Thank you for choosing this stream to do it with. Dum, 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 dum. Right, so this goes on here, like. Oh no, wrong side. Oh. Yeah, it's interesting how from one day to the next the viewership and the likes is so different. People must have filled up their fun-ometer yesterday. That's enough fun for 1 week. So we've managed to make it to stream 3 of 3 this week, which means the weekend is on the horizon. Anyone got much planned? Any games of Warhammer? What's going on? What weird and wonderful things have we got across the stream? The postman is here! How are you, sir? How was your visit to the local game store? Toby's plans for the weekend include many orc boys. Yeah, you bought the multi-part box, right? Your first greenskins. How are you finding it, Toby? Mez Mini, sadly this weekend I am working. No time to tank. Frankie the Fish, all the way from the great USA. We'll be painting lots of orcs. Oh, another one with the green skin weekend. Ooh, tabletop RPG. Nice. That'll be good. What particular tabletop RPG are you doing? The postman is well. Good stuff. It wasn't the game store, a private second-hand sale. Oh, okay, okay. Got gifted an airbrush. Awesome stuff. How did that come about? I've got a spare compressor. It's a shame you don't live tens of thousands of miles further north. Ah, the orcs arrive tomorrow. That'll be exciting. Just in time for the weekend for Toby. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Patrick's got Warhammer on Saturday and D&D on Sunday. Nice. What kind of D&D campaign are you doing? What class are you playing, Patrick? Old school Shadowrun. Okay, not heard of that one, Frankie. How long have you been doing that for? Kuros is playing one-page rules. Well, yeah, that's what you need these Tyranids for, right? The hive mind is calling. Dum, 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 dum. Bum, bum, ba-da-lum, bum, bum. Playing a fairly traditional D&D campaign with a world my DM buddy created. I am an Orc Paladin. Ooh, very nice. Sounds good to me. 2-on-2's hosting a mini tournament with some friends this weekend. Cooking up a storm for the guests so we have no distractions. Awesome. Don't forget there's a food channel in the Discord. I expect to see your culinary creations, 2-on-2. Frankie's been playing the same campaign for about 3 years. Nice. It's like a cyberpunk D&D. Nice. I like it. Sounds good to me, Frankie. Toby says we need more likes. Yeah, more thumbs. Thumbs for the thumb god, please. Put the glue on that, we're not using it. Not entirely sure how this... Oh, like that, I think. I got it. I got it! Nice. I do like the wings. I do like a wing on a Blood Angel, that is for sure. Evening all! Craig Danby in the house. How are you, sir? How's your day been going, Mr. Danby? As a Night Lord affiliate, give me your thumb skin. Time to mod this tyrant's weapons. Nice. Look forward to seeing some modified tyrant weapons in the Discord. Oh, I'm so tired this week. I do apologise for the yawny. I've had a really twitchy eye all week as well. Very much looking forward to a week off. Ooh, Chihuahua's posted a land speeder. Kuros has put their workstation in the Discord and CDs with a Skitari. Nice. Manatha Music Tributes in the Twitch. Hello there. How you getting on? How's your Civil War related music been going recently, Manatha? Patrick having a quick munch. Nice. Then back to the Chaos Spawn. What you munching, sir? What's on the menu today? Blood for Blood God's got... Great that he's got service. Yeah, at a trampoline park. Still watching the stream. That's dedication. No messing around. Frankie also has some time off next week. Spending a few days with the kids. I spend every bloody day with my kid. So I'm going to spend a few days in bed. That's my plan. Looking forward to some sleep, baby. Maneth is still breathing? Yeah, that's good. If the lungs and the heart are pumping, then you're at least halfway there. Album's doing well. Good to hear. Good to hear. Cheese, tomato, and lettuce wrap. Look at that. Look at that. A CLT. I like it. He's having a good time and he wants to paint when we get home. Nice. Sounds like a great day. I used to love trampoline parks when I was a kid. Oh, that's a bit severe. Took a big chunk out of the wing, not the end of the world. G.O.D. S.O.D. uniquely so no need guessing. Needs expertly crafted. Please come from me. Bum, 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 bum. Will we hit 20 likes today? That's the big question. Will we fill that red bar? Not much of this water left. Oh, tangy. How many days that's been sat there for? Right, it's the final piece. It's the final piece now. Nice. For the likes. Appreciate that. Appreciate the switch up from the purple brand to the red. Just to click that thumb. Nice work, thank you. So, this is what my winged blood angels look like now. We got these guys, and we got this guy, freshly made on today's stream. Looking good, as a blood angel should. Right, off to the blood angel shelf for you. So my blood angel shelf currently consists of Mephiston, Sanguinor, Sanguinary Guard, and some Terminators. And then we'll fill the rest of it out with the Armageddon box, which I'm still yet to start work on. Blood Angels music. All the music that I use is all entirely my own for the channel, but it'd be good to listen to some. I think you might have shared some like a few months ago from memory. Something very epic sounding, I seem to remember. Berserker time! I mean, I did say there would be some corn, didn't I? And as yet, there has been no corn, with only 2 hours left. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we've done quite a good chunk of this guy. So far, he looks pretty cool. So, should we start some work on some corn berserkers? Just to appease the blood god? Let me grab a few. Let me grab a handful of corn. The Furioso Dreadnought, is that what we're referring to? I don't know if it's in Legends now or not. Someone will know. Call is looking grandiose. So we've got some brass and blood. But it's not looking particularly brassy or particularly bloody. Which means we need to shake up some paint. I'll keep this sprue to one side to slice up and put in the Tamiya later on. Find some paint. Figure out where I've put the base coater. Is it this one? Or this one? I think it's this one. No, not plugged the paint shaker in. Currently it's a paint holder. But with the addition of electricity, we shall shake up the place. Yeah, shake it, baby. Patrick's been reading some messed up lore. Oh dear, here we go. Has our pal Major Havoc decided on a box from last week's giveaway? Not only has he decided 212, he is already in possession of the box. He posted it in the Discord on yesterday, I think, or the day before. Dark Angels is the box that Major Havoc went for. Furioso is legend there, okay. Get up a Brutalis to look similar. Yeah, I could still be tempted to buy a Furioso and just play it as a Brutalis. Or a Brutalis, however you want to say it. Just because the Furioso Dreadnought's iconic, right? It's pretty cool. Oh dear. Grey Knight's doing naughty Grey Knight things. Right, let's put this in here. And let's start slathering some corn berserkers, shall we? Let's get painty. You want it? You got it. Blast them. Where's my miniature holder? Let's use that. Golden brown. I said there'd be corn, and now there is corn. No complaints allowed. Dum, 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 dum. Tell me again who the good guys are. Good and bad are the two sides of the same coin, right? It's all about perspective. Speaking of good guys, I haven't seen Requiem all week. Where's he been? Patrick banned him. I quite like getting this first layer on because I don't have to really be neat at all. I can just do what I want, which is nice. Properly speed painting, baby. Ah, has Rec not been very well? I didn't know that. Look at that, Patrick's been checking in. Great community. Yeah, I thought I'd allow him to have a week off. I didn't want to jump up and down and delve into his life. If he wasn't here next week, I'd definitely check up on him. Sometimes I check in on people that have turned up to the stream. If I feel like they seem a bit off. It's a good bunch around here. It's a good bunch. Golden berserkers. Do 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 do. Bum ba da bum ba bum bum ba dum bum. Yeah, I've got quite a sore throat today, you know. It came on last night and now it's quite sore. I mean, it's good timing because if I am ill, I won't miss a stream, which is good. It just means I won't have a particularly fun weekend, but fine. 'Tis what it is. Don't know how you end up getting ill during summer. That's not supposed to be the ill time, right? Dum 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 dum. Mike, welcome back to the chat, Mike. Good to see you again, my friend. I was set on going with World Eaters as my opening Warhammer, but now I've seen Dark Eldar. Yeah, the Drakari. The real space pirates are the Red Corsairs, right, Mike? Have you seen those, the Red Corsairs? They're very piratey. But yeah, you've rocked up just as I am painting some World Eaters, so that's a good timing. Couldn't decide what to paint or build, so I'm watching Mortal Kombat 2. Fight! That's more of a Street Fighter thing, isn't it? What's Mortal Kombat? Finish him! I get confused by the voice lines from the different fighting games. Bum 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 bum. Ha! Look at that, Blood for the Blood God with the same comment as me. Go check out Red Corsairs. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Very new as well. Been newly refreshed, the Red Corsairs. And buying newer models when you first get into Warhammer can make it a little bit easier because the sculpts are often quite a bit nicer to put together. Bum diggy bum bum diggy diggy doo doo. Mike fell hard for the Drakari Raider. Okay. Is that the spiky flying boat? The Drakari Raider. Kuros, I need some glue to dry my weapon mod so I can add more than sand and file. Yeah. I very rarely have the patience to wait for things to dry. As you can tell by when I paint stuff, it falls to pieces. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Craig Denby, he wanted to replace Abaddon with Huron. Okay. Abaddon's infinitely cooler than Huron in my mind. We got Ross in the chat as well. Ross, good to see you, my friend. You got a membership as well. Oh, I got so excited I threw the Corn Berserker across the desk. Ross asks, what paint are you using? So, first time in chat and you're already a member. That's awesome. Nicely done, Ross. So, firstly, welcome. Thanks for being here. Secondly, golden armor. So my technique for the armor on World Eaters is golden armor, followed by Agrax Earthshade, followed by no, it's here somewhere. Not Tinny Tin. Followed by Brassy Brass Dry Brush. So these are the colours I use to get that nice, dirty, brassy colour. And then, if you put red contrast paint over gold, that looks pretty cool as well. So it kind of works. So what sort of plastic are you collecting then, Ross? Welcome, new boy Ross. Good to see you. Any bits of mist? Touch them up. Get in the nooks and crannies. Any bits of mist. Right, that'll do for now, in the interest of speed painting. Right, put him to one side. He is relatively done. Bum 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 bum. Just got started on the new Ogre More Tribes box. Nice. Is that your first box, Ross? Is it one box of many? Are you an AOS guy, or do you have all sorts of different game systems? Mike, how do you get a weathered look? Depends what kind of weathering you want to do, right? Dry brushing and washes are very good for weathering. If you want to go severely weathered, i.e. some battle damage weathering, you can get a little hobby drill. That can be a lot of fun. Or even just a hot metal point. Even heating up like a, you know, the end of a knife or a screwdriver if the model's big enough. Get some real good weathering. Ah, it is one of many. Pile of opportunities fairly vast. Oh, this sounds good. One of us. One of us. So how did you get into the hobby, Ross? What convinced you to swap human monies for plastic minis? Vallejo wash effects and pigments are great for weathering. Vallejo does some really good wash effects. You guys have no idea for battle damage. Let me get a pick of one of my stompers. Okay. Stomper going into the Discord. Anybody that's new that isn't yet in the Discord, just type !Discord in the chat. You can come and have a look, get involved. Scuff up the figurines. I like a realistic battle look. Yeah, I mean, you can do all sorts with the minis. So you can dry brush them, you can wash them, you can buy like, let me show you. So this is what Major Havoc's talking about. So Vallejo do some really good effects. So like, you can get environmental effects like the weathering one. The rust effect. Now this is really nice. So I got the rust effect here. Let me grab a mini that I've used rust effects on. This was in fact the first mini I ever used a rust effect on. So you can see this old looking sword here. Nice and rusty. That's going to hurt on the way in, on the way out, and forever. Rusty metal. So this was like the first time I'd ever used this rust effect. So you can see straight off the bat, it looks rusty. Which is what you want from something that says rust. Right. Just leave that there for now. Put these with it. We'll clean that up later. Bum, 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 bum. Many years ago, my friend's brother introduced me to 40k and the original Necromunda. Been hooked ever since. And do you remember what that first mini was that you first bought, Ross? Out of interest? What was the first one that you took home with you and stared at in amazement? Dum 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 dum. Great and clean one looks so good. Thank you, Patrick. Really enjoyed painting that. It's a really nice model. We did that on stream last year. Whoa, where's the time go? A great blade of tetanus. That's it. The legendary tetanus blade. Mez has put some work in progress battle damage in the Discord. Let me have a little look. Oh, there's plenty going on. Plenty going on in the Discord today. Kuros has added a blade to a gun. Looks good. Chaos Spawn. What? Patrick, that is awesome. That's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Ah, Euladag has got a siphon airbrush. I'll go answer Euladag's question in the Discord after the stream. Battle damage, nice. Oh yeah, the riveting. I really like that riveting as well. That looks good. Welding, should I say? Welding, very nice. I like it. Bum, 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 bum. You know when you're painting with metal colours and you sit and talk to chat for 10 minutes and then your paintbrush is completely obliterated? Yep, that's me. A box of metal Mordian Iron Guard. Woohoo! Nice. That's like when people ask you, oh, what's your first CD or your first album you ever bought? And that's basically like the answering with Metallica. Nice. So Ross, are you a user of Discord? It'd be great to see some of your minis in there if you are. And anybody else that has yet to join us in the Discord. A lot of cool stuff going on in there if you fancy it. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah. Oh, we got two for the price of one in the Discord. We got Mike and Dead 7. I'm guessing Dead 7 is Ross, right? Thank you for joining. Take a look around. Get involved. Good to have you with us. There is always loads going on in the old Discord. More people join the fray. Look forward to seeing what some of you guys have got. So as Mike starts to get his first ever minis, getting involved in the Discord, and Ross, who has had minis for millennia. A hard brush. They kind of go like, yeah, I guess it would go hard eventually, but it gets all smushy. Whilst I'm talking to you guys and leaving the metal paint on there. Where's Lucky Knife when you need him? Too busy printing Lord of Change, I think, right now. Trying to fit it all on one build plate. Oh, I think that's a flesh arm. I didn't realise they had fleshy arms. I would have used a different arm if I'd realised it had flesh on it. Flesh is weak. Gradually racking up a nice number of likes again today, which is nice. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Windsor and Newton brush restorer, nice. Yeah, I have got a brush restorer somewhere. But to be fair, these brushes I'm using for this coverage right now are they're like 50p each, so I saved the brush restorer for the good brushes. And look at that as well, we got Mez offering to help people in the Discord with the kit bashing and effects and stuff like that. Lovely guy. Not too bad for a West Englander. Shamai, Poppity Ping, Shirley Bassey. do. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Corn, yes sir, Toby. Corn for the cornbread. Might have to shake up some more paint after this one. Bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum. Dum, 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 dum. Right, he looks fairly basic now. Put him with his shiny friend. And then mix up some more paint, shall we? Are you able to mix factions or no? You can mix certain things together, and that's known as using allied units. So for example, if you have a Chaos army, you can ally them with Chaos Knights. The caveat is the allied unit can only take up 25% or less of your total points cost. So if I had a 2,000 points Chaos army, I could also bring this, which is a Chaos Knight. This is the community night that we painted last week on the stream to celebrate a year of streaming. That was quite a lot of fun. We also gave away a box of Warhammer as well on the same day, which was nice. So yeah, you can do a little bit of something a little bit different, but you can't mix overall factions, no. So your armies don't have to be painted the same, so you could have a Space Marine army with a variety of different colours if you want. That's not so much of a problem. Oi oi oi! Guardian Easter in the Twitch chat. Our wonderful Wednesday viewer, how are you? How's Germany this time of year? Not too bad, cheers. It's very hot over here. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Yeah, and it's been warm here. Next week's forecast will be really hot again. which is always fun when you've got an 8-week-old baby. Right, let's shake up some gold whilst I go and find... I'm going to go for a wee, get another drink whilst this is shaking up. Back in a sec. So hopefully plenty of you are now sat in the background working on some models, doing a bit of creative modelling, bit of making, bit of painting. But if there is anything you want to talk about, just let me know. Let me know. We'll have a little chin wag on a Wednesday evening. Whilst I paint some corn berserkers for the Blood God. Which means we will have done some Admech, some Blood Angels, and some berserkers. Bum 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 bum. Good to get a couple of new people in the Discord as well today. The more the merrier. Plenty of stuff to be inspired by in there. Craig Danby, it's about 40°C here in Dallas. Well, everything's bigger in Texas, including the temperature. We're getting up towards 40 again next week. Probably hit 36, 37, which is too goddamn hot. And once SpaceX have blown the moon up, it's going to be even more warm. Well, there's some areas I guess would get super cold, right? Not entirely sure how it would work. If we managed to blow the moon up, I think it'd be a problem. Mez, have you got your air conditioning running? Not today. I had it on yesterday and the day before. Today it's a little bit cooler. It's about 5 degrees cooler today, which makes a massive difference. Much more manageable. Kuros, the people are also bigger in Texas. What do you reckon, Craig? Are you a man mountain? Can you support the theory? No more tides. Yeah, the tide would be severely weaker, wouldn't it? Because it would only be the pull of the sun, which is a lot weaker. So you'd lose quite a lot of... There's quite a lot of sea life that's dependent on the tide, right? So that'd be buggered. Bum, bum, bum. Patrick, we got a hypothetical. If you could do streaming full time, say your channel explodes in the next year, sponsors, brand deals, etc., would you? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, why not? That's the dream, right? I love doing this. I love interacting with you guys and finding new people to talk to and experience the hobby with. Without a shadow of a doubt, my friend. Do. People are bigger here. I got up to £275, down to 200 now. Ooh, £75 loss. Nicely done. Dallas is so big, there's almost nowhere to walk anywhere. Ah, you can't walk between place to place because everything's so spread out. Yeah, I wonder what I am in pounds. Probably about 240. And I've got Guardian Easter's wedding to go to in October, so I could probably do with trimming that down to closer to 200. In fact, I'm going to start going back to the gym at the end of this week. My routine since having a premature baby a couple of months ago has not been good. Mez has got it down to 220. Was 320 2 years back. Fucking hell. There's someone that enjoys their food. Was it predominantly food or alcohol, do you reckon, Mez? What was the contributing factor to the big waistline? Bum 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 bum. Toby, you should play more games with us at some point. Yes, sir. If you want somebody dragging your team down, I'm happy to play. £14 to a stone. I was trying to convert from kg to pounds. 110 kgs is 240, right? Something like that. If your channel does explode and need a video editor, that literally is what I do for work. Ah, that's useful to know. I've got a whole year of streams on a hard drive. Yeah, if I was ever at the point where I could pay someone to video edit it, then I definitely would. Because I've got so much content that I don't have the time to do. Like, I've uploaded a YouTube short every day this year, but that's as much as I have time for. So it'd be good to get someone to start chopping up the live streams one day. That'll be good. That'll be good. Who knows? One day. It could all fall apart tomorrow. So I just try to live in the moment. Enjoy the now. Dom, dom, dom. Keep telling myself that I'll go back to the gym next week. Yeah. Perpetually next week, right? Tomorrow, tomorrow, I'll lift weights tomorrow. Right, that's looking pretty shiny. Just check for any missing shiny. There's a little bit missing down there. You can get that. Okay. Right, that's 3 shinies. Put that with his friends. Used to live 10 minutes walk to work. There was no way to walk to work, so I had to drive for 3 minutes. Ah, so there was no sidewalk. Is that what we're saying? You got rough terrain or road, and they're your 2 options. Look at the math nerd. Oh, numbers. Uni followed by COVID. COVID did it for you as well? Yeah, I think I completed Just Eat during COVID. I'd eaten everything on Just Eat. I had to move over to Uber Eats. Chunk it, monkey. I did some impressive... The first time I properly put on weight is when I broke my foot and tore the tendons in both my wrists. I became very inactive, but my hunger was not satiated. Almost 20 likes. Nice one. We nearly filled that red bar above my head. Thank you, guys. AJ is back. AJ, how are you, my friend? Frankie's wife just joined the gym. Wouldn't mind shrinking the waist a little bit too. Yeah, summer's not really the right time for waist shrinking, right? I think winter is a good time to knuckle down because there's nothing else to do in winter. I became a father. I lost 90 pounds, but you found 40 of them. Yeah, I've done nothing but put weight on all year. I got down to a reasonable size last year, and then pregnancy baby happened, and here we are, chunky monkey. How did you do yourself such a mischief? So I broke the foot playing football, and then I went to the gym, and because I hadn't warmed up, because I couldn't do any cardio, because my foot was in a big boot, I went on the bench press, not warmed up, which, you know, I've never done since, and yeah, tore the 6th tendon in both wrists. So I had a splint on both wrists and a boot on my foot. It looked like I'd come off a motorbike. Local burrito place. Mez, how have you got a local burrito place in Wales? I remember being in a town in Wales that got really excited when a Domino's opened. How have you ended up with burritos? That's top tier takeaway. AJ was getting COVID before COVID was cool. I did the same. I was in London. And yeah, the Tube in London was the best place on the planet to catch COVID. Let me tell you that. Hey, Oster's here as well. How are you, Oster? Just finished D&D. Gave the party a good run for their money. Managed to hit the party's bard with 42 damage. Survived with 7 HP. Wow. Winter is for hibernating, eating carby foods. General bear-like activities. Summer is hard work and cutting. Okay, it's interesting. See, I like to relax in summer and then work hard in winter. Summer. The further west you go, the less shit you have. Yeah, I was in Aberystwyth, and they opened a Domino's. The queue was round the block. In fact, I remember Aberystwyth getting an escalator. Oh, mind blown! It indeed be the mayor. Good to see you, Mayor. What you been up to? What you been getting up to other than your D&D? You've been making. You've been painting. Always good when the Oster posts in the Discord. In SoCal, we argue about which local taco burrito places are better. That's it. A lot of Mexican-inspired stuff in the shadow of Mexico, for sure. Whereas in Wales, in the United Kingdom, doesn't feel like they have that Mexican connection. AJ adopted a dog. Yeah, man, I'd love to have a dog again. As soon as we're in a bigger house, that's it. I'm getting a dog. I guess I'll have to walk the baby at some point. That'll be good exercise. Ooh, an event in another town. You got a 2,000-piece Lord of the Rings puzzle and an irresponsible amount of candy. Nice. Guardian Easter. The invention of 4 fingers and a thumb on each hand is new in Wales. Yeah, it's funny. If you go all the way to the west of the UK, 4 fingers and a thumb. You go all the way to the east of the UK, they've got 5 fingers and 2 thumbs. Big up my Norwich Massive. If you had your choice of dog, Staffordshire Bull Terrier. That's my favourite breed. I've had 4 Staffordshire Bull Terriers over the years. Rescued Staffordshire Bull Terriers. Very nice. Let me shake up some paint. Apologies for the racket. Even with the noise cancelling headphones, I can hear the paint shaker. I could never keep up with a border collie. Those things do not stop. In fact, there'll be a collie in this house next week, as we have family visiting, which will be bringing a collie. A collie called Elmo. A Chihuahua. We've got a fat Chihuahua in the Discord. AJ's got a 3,000-piece World War II puzzle. Nice. The Southwest. 5 fingers and a thumb. They've actually got webbed feet. Whereabouts is that, AJ? Webbed feet, great for swimming. I'd quite like to have webbed hands. Imagine how well you'd swim with that. Plus my models wouldn't fall between my fingers because I'd catch them with my webbing. Haha, proof that the English are all... Not all the English, only those folk from Norfolk. Okay, we'll have to remind you to show the collie next week. Yeah, I'll get a picture. They're not staying here, they're just visiting, so they probably won't be here whilst I'm streaming. Somerset. The land of the summer people, the land of the cider, right? It's funny, isn't it, how the more tribal you get, the more you zoom in. So, like, England versus Wales, and it's like, Now we're all having a go at Essex within England. And then if you get a group of Essex people, there are people from a certain part of Essex that don't like another certain part of Essex. Funny. Good old tribalism. My dream is to have a small house with a lot of land and get a Romanian shepherd. Ooh, nice. Sounds good, Psycho. I'd like to have a house in the middle of nowhere. That'd be good. With a dog. Maybe 2 dogs. If I had enough money to live in the middle of nowhere, maybe I could afford 2 dogs. Maybe even a goat. Bum, 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 bum. Super cool you do Staffy rescues. They normally have a bad rep, but they are excellent dogs. Yeah. Just like children, dogs are a lot like their owners, right? So if the owner's a dickhead, the dog's going to be one. Pretty simple. And unfortunately, there's a lot of knobs with Staffies that don't treat them particularly well. Mine was my most recent one, Jensen, his name was. R.I.P. in peace. He was a stray for 3 months. But he was fantastic. Such a great dog. We spent COVID isolated together. It was a lot of fun for him. He's never been on so many walks. I really think dogs were the biggest benefiters from COVID. Owners at home all the time, going on loads of walks. Yes, let's watch the English have a go at each other. Celtic superiority. Could be worse, the English may be inbred, but at least we have an IQ. How's this happened? My father-in-law has a goat. Oh, she trashed his car. And now I have a small piece of her in my freezer. Do you think we should just do that as a general rule on the planet? Lawbreakers get eaten. There'd be a lot less crime, tell you that much. Olmaph for president. Eat the troublemakers. Patrick wants some curried goat, rice and pea. Nice. He made pastrami. Ooh, hello. Save plants, eat the vegans. Yeah, it tracks. Nothing impressive about an IQ smaller than your shoe size. Wow. Here we are. What a banterous bunch. Bum bum bum. Oh, I didn't do the chain. No Fleetwood Mac. Right. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Let's not start advocating for cannibalism. Yes, it's frowned upon, isn't it, cannibalism? But I'd be interested to try it. Is there such a thing? Is it possible to have ethical cannibalism? So we started this stream talking about poo, we've moved on 2 hours, and now we're talking about cannibalism. Haha, we hit 20 likes, nice. Is the red bar full? Let me have a look at the red bar. The red bar is 1 off on my screen. Anybody not shoved their thumb up yet? As a Welshman, Mez hasn't been paying attention. Keir's not even the Prime Minister anymore. Anyway, round here we talk about 40,000 politics, not bloody 2026 politics. The year of 40,000 is much more interesting. Cannibalism is frowned upon due to food standards. Well, most humans are free range, right? Dum dum da dum dum da dum. Kuros! Come and jumped in the YouTube chat. Nice, good to have you here. Jumped over to the red brand. A little bit easier to read the chat in the red brand, right? Psychow with a question. Because I've never played tabletop, I don't know what points mean. If a unit is 200 points, what does that represent? So, when you are building an army, you get to spend points to make that army. So you have in a 2,000 point game, you can bring 2,000 points worth of units. You can only bring 3 of the same unit, unless it's a battle line unit, and then you can bring 6. Or if it's an epic hero, you can only bring 1. So that is the point of the points. It is how you build up your army. 2 cannibals are eating a clown. One looks at the other and says, "Does this taste funny?" Why are you hand painting all that gold? I find that you get a better what's it called? You get better light and shade hand painting than airbrushing, which is why I am hand painting. That's my preference. It's Kurosama. Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you, Kuros, for coming to the red brand and clicking the subscribe button. Yeah, I find airbrushing makes the texture kind of flat. I don't know. Might just be a me thing. Plus, I find it quite soothing being able to sit and brush something on without really paying too much attention. So Patrick at the weekend is playing against Blood Angels with his Death Guard. He's playing Purge the Foe. Going to be very punchy. Okay. And you're taking your War Dog. Nice. Kuros representing both brands. Nicely done. So there's no ads currently on the YouTube. This week I decided to not run any ads other than pre-roll. I'm going to check what it does to the revenue, and if there's not really too much of a drop-off, then I'll keep the ads off. Which will make it a nicer experience for you guys. That's what I'm trying to achieve. And at least then we'll have the data to make an informed decision, which is useful. Transports are at 6-2. Good shout, Guardian Easter. You've got 6 lots of battle line, you need 6 lots of tanks to put them in. Hitting them with a big mace. Sometimes you just got to bonk a guy with a mace, right? When words get you nowhere, bring on the big mace. Yeah, your War Dog needs a friend. Gonna get lonely. Coloured rattle cans. Airbrush is infinitely superior to the rattle can. Change my mind. I'll give you an example of something cool I did with a rattle can once I've put all the gold on this one. Some of you were here when I painted it. The Helldrake. Hands up who was here when we painted the Helldrake on the channel. Have you got any markers? I've got like standard acrylic markers. I don't have speed paint markers. You been using any speed paint markers, Craig? Right. I think that will probably do for the time being. Let's put him with his friends. We've got one more to do. But as I said, I'll show you this Helldrake. Why did the apothecary become a chef? He was already good at collecting organs. I don't get that one. That one's gone right above my head. My finished World Eaters only use white, blue, red, silver and brown. That's what you called speed painting. That does sound like pod racing, very much so. I've never stabbed myself cleaning a rattle can. Well, that is a definite plus for the rattle can, because I have definitely stabbed myself with the airbrush. AK interactive markers. Okay, could be worth a little look. Army Painter's speed paint markers. Some are great, some are terrible. What are the good ones? What do you put in the good and what do you put in the bad? Let me show you the Helldrake. I'm sure some of you were here when we painted it. Yo, inside the plate. Hopefully the camera picks up just how sparkly this big bird is. So, for those that can't see, that is a red glitter rattle can. That is what I used. And now we have a very sparkly, very shiny Helldrake. Shiny, shiny, sparkly, shiny. Shiny, shiny, sparkly, shiny. Raw. Yeah, it looks super cool in real life. Camera doesn't really do it justice. Venom crawler getting in the way, trying to put it back. One day my Drake will look that good. Well, you have tortured your Drake. I saw you drowning your Drake. What's happened post-drowning? Is there any colour on the Drake now? A white primer with pearlescent paint. Temp in the UK hasn't been good for repeating that technique. Yeah, temp's too high. I mean, today's been okay. Tomorrow and the day after will be okay, and then we start to ramp back up again next week. Up to the late 30s, which won't be fun. Right, last one. Here we go. Let's get golden. What's going on in the Discord? Let me go have a look. Ah, Tony's been giving Uladag some tips. Yeah, Uladag is using a siphon airbrush. I actually have a couple of those behind me, so maybe I'll be able to show him on the Discord, give him a little hand. I'm actually currently selling some siphon airbrushes on eBay. It reminds me, I need to put one in the post tomorrow. Put it in the mail. Kuros with the winged hive tyrant. Nice, looking good. Craig Danby as well with some marines from space. Dun, 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 dun. Looking good, Craig, looking good. Pearlescent paint and metallic paint need an airbrush with a bigger nozzle. Getting out the big nozzle. Yeah, I got some changeable nozzles. Yesterday I put on a 0.3, I think it was I put on yesterday. Well, not yesterday actually, it was at the weekend. I had 0.4 on before that when I was doing some big bulk spraying. Guardian Easter considered pearlescent paint for the carapace on my nids. Just not sure on the execution. Okay. What, so you tried it and you've got a picture you can put in the Discord, or you've just not tried it yet? Which compressor did you have, Ol, and what have you replaced it with? I've replaced it with the Iwata Pro Series, which is a big boy compressor. But there are loads of compressors out there. You just got to get one that's consistent to avoid splutter. I forget what the name of them is now, but I'll have a little look and send you a message with some info. I mean, there are loads of YouTube videos on hobby compressors. There are a lot of very good compressors nowadays for not massive amounts of money. Quite a big second-hand market as well on compressors. Because people use them for other stuff as well. So people do like artwork, painting with them, clothes. Sometimes people airbrush clothes, motorbikes, cars, all sorts of stuff. And the compressors are all largely the same for those applications. What airbrush did you get gifted out of interest? Was it a particular branded one or a cheap entry level one? And is it gravity fed or siphon? And is it push and spray or is it two-way? All these questions about one little bit of kit. We'll have a look. The dude that gave me the airbrush had a generic A168 that looked pretty nice, good size with a tank. Craig Danby uses the same airline for the airbrush as the CNC mill. Okay. Double bubble on the airline. I'm always cautious to not tell people you must do this or you must not do that. But I'll give you information based on my experience. That's what I try to do. You find in the hobby sometimes people say, "Oh, you can't do that," or "You grumble, grumble, grumble." You got a gravity fed, good. Two-way, good. And it's a local company. Got to send me a link. Nice. Right, shaking up this paint for the last time today. Just to finish the second half, I've ran out of paint with only a backpack to go. Puros is using cobalt metallic for the pearlescent look. Looks good in testing, nice. So a top tip for me with airbrushing, a couple of things for beginners that beginners will get wrong. Me being a beginner, basically. Certainly not any better than a beginner. Firstly, with a two-way switch on an airbrush, you push down first, then you pull back, then you pull forward, and then you release. If you don't do it in that way, it will clog up. So, press the button down, pull the lever back, push the lever forward, release the button. What I would do, and what I did do, is don't connect it to a hose, just have it in your hand at your desk while you're chilling, and just practice, get the muscle memory of push down, pull back, push forward, release. Otherwise, you're going to clog. Let me tell you that much. That's a real important step to get right. The second thing is, don't continually spray. because your tip will dry up and then it will clog. So spray in bursts. Like, you can do like multiple seconds of burst, but just don't sit there spraying like it's a rattle can. It is not a rattle can. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Thank you, top tips. Yeah, those two are really important, because I tell you what will wind you up is clogging your airbrush. Let me tell you that from experience. Nothing worse than sitting down thinking, right, I'm gonna have a nice little session of airbrushing and spending the next half an hour unclogging it. Don't stab yourself when cleaning said airbrush. Yeah, I mean, I have definitely stabbed myself. If you don't pay attention, you're going to end up stabbing yourself. Almost like a rite of passage. Blood for the airbrush god. Right, let's look for bits that aren't shiny. Shiny them up. Right, we've got a base layer of shiny on the Corn Berserkers. Yeah, I think we've all been there, Guardian Easton. Hell! Hell, Zeitgeist, how are you, my friend? Better late than never from Tommy Watson. How are you, sir? How's your day been? That's a pretty nice looking airbrush, Patrick. That looks really cool. How did you end up getting one of those gifted to you? That looks really nice. That's a pretty good looking airbrush. Yeah. I'm very impressed. That looks super good. Looks like a really good price as well. Just saw the price. What's that in English money? 50 quid? I don't know what the rand rate is nowadays. Not dealt with rand in a few years. Yeah, for the price, that looks really nice, dude. Meant to say hello, hello, hello. Not a great start. Zeitgeist come in and done an Olmaph. Nicely done. He's not even giving the stream a thumbs up. Look at him. He spent too much time in the pub again. Think I need to get an airbrush. Well, Zeitgeist, I've got a spare compressor if you want it. Might even have a spare airbrush if you're particularly lucky. 50 imperial pounds sterling. Yeah, that looks like a really good value airbrush. I wonder if you can get them in the UK. You said it's a local brand, right? Let me have a look. Let me ask the go of the goal. What am I doing? Boom, 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 boom. Oops. Doesn't come up when I search it here. Did I put the name right? Whoops. No, it literally doesn't look like you can get them in England. Looks like a very nice airbrush. So, as I say, practice the action. Avoid the cloggy and you'll have a lot of fun. No, you don't have to buy it, Zeitgeist. The airbrush and compressor that I've got spare was gifted from a member of the stream, so it makes sense that I pass it on to another member of the stream. But yeah, let's have a chat. What are we going to do? What have we got left? Half an hour. What shall we do? What shall we do? That is the question. Do you know what I might do? Is just paint the heads or something, rather than trying to paint all the red bits of one mini. I might paint some of the red bits of all the minis. Why not, eh? Why bloody not? Right, let's find a red. Which one of these is the lighter red? It's this one. Slaughter red, that's what we want. I've got a big box of speed paints being delivered probably next week as well, so replenishing the supplies, which is useful. 50p in a Freddo and it's yours, Zeitgeist. And it was cheaper for me to buy a box of speed paint from Germany than it was to buy it from the UK, which is where I live. Which is kind of weird, but here we are. It's the world we live in. Right, let's find a brush. Where's that brush I was using yesterday? It's quite good. Not that one. This one? Yeah, let's give this one a go. Right then, Slaughter red sounds about right. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the ticket. Don't forget anything that you've worked on during today's stream or during the week. Chuck it in the Discord. Let us have a look. And then I download those models and I upload them as Olmaph community shorts in the YouTube channel. Why am I doing red when I haven't done the dry brush or the wash? That is a good question. But here we are. Well, now we'll know what it looks like if you do the red first, I guess. Dum 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 dum. We're doing big corn ears. Why not? Get in the red on the head. Bum 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 bum. Dum dum dum. Very evil, very nice. We're up to 23 likes. Nice. Really good week again for the likes. Appreciate you guys chucking up the thumbs. Doodle-doo. Dum 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 dum. Oh, look at this. Look in the food show in the Discord. How many lobsters is that? That looks awesome. Oh, let me at 'em. Let me at 'em. Happy we got to see some berserkers? Yes, sir. Corn for the corn dogs. There aren't many armies we don't have on the to-do list, especially in 40k. So if there's stuff that people particularly want to see, I'm always happy to do that. Not a fan of the old Votann though. No, Votann aren't for me. Possibly my least favourite 40k army, Votann. Who's up next week? Is there anything you particularly want to see, Patrick? Dum dum da dum dum da. The speeder thing. Oh, the ultramarine speeders. No, they are not finished. That's my problem. Is I do a little bit of something on a stream and then I go do a little bit of something else, and I just end up with a lot of half-painted stuff. Bloody hell. Put a little bit too much red on that one. Now we need to rectify the situation. It's a little bit smudgy, that's okay. Let that dry a little bit. Not particularly, just curious. Always happy to see my Stinky Boys. We haven't done Stinky Boys in a while, have we? Maybe we'll do a bit of that. A bit of Stinky Boy, a bit of Flying Space Marine. That's my problem, and I don't even stream. That's it. As much as I hate blue, I'm happy seeing you paint whatever. Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll have a little think. Maybe we'll start off with Stinky Boys and see how the week takes us. Let me have a look at what Stinky Boys I've got. Oh, quite a lot, really. Maybe I try and see what I can do with some Poxwalkers, because they are currently just entirely green, and I need to figure out a way of getting some better shades on them. Maybe a bit of a light green dry brush, some assortment of colours, and then a wash. I'll have a little think about that. But these guys look cool, look cooler than they did at the start of the day. But I did forget to dry brush and wash them, so I'm going to do that next. So I'm going to wash these guys with some Agrax, which I've put somewhere. I've got quite a few pots of Agrax. Not that one. Let's shake up the Agrax, shall we? Shake it up, shake it up. Start taking polls on Discord. The thing is, I have too many things to put in a poll. I think I just play it by ear, and if people suggest something, they can do. Because if I turn around and look at the shelves that I have, I've got 40k Orcs, AOS Goblins, Old World Orcs and Goblins, Blood Bowl Orcs and Goblins. That's 4 different things, just looking at one shelf. Then I've got Tau, Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Tyranids, Necrons, Skaven. I've got Chaos Undivided, such as Abaddon. I've got AOS Khorne. I've got 40k Khorne. I've got Death God, Thousand Suns. I've got Emperor's Children. I've got Old World Chaos. So quite a few things to choose from. Did I not even mention the Thousand Suns? See, that's it. I got so much stuff I even missed stuff off the list. I've not even built any of my Thousand Suns yet, let alone painted them. I've got Magnus the Red just sitting there in the box. Love to see how you do Poxwalkers. Yeah, I've never done a Poxwalker, and they look a little bit intimidating. They've got a lot of little bits about them. So it could be interesting, right? Only Orcs and Death Guard count. If it's not green, Bouncing's not interested. Yeah, it'd be cool to see some Skaven. I only started building the Skaven in the last couple of weeks. Next shelf update. We did a shelf update last week, I want to say. But yeah, maybe I need to do another YouTube short with a shelf update. Now that we have six shelf bookshelves behind me. Right, let's do a filthy brown wash, shall we? A filthy brown wash. This is what I should have done before I started putting the red on, really, but here we are. There we go. Wick off some of the extra bits. Right, that is one dirty corn berserker. Just to kind of show the difference. So you can see the one on the left is quite a bit dirtier than the one on the right. And next we dry brush Brassy Brass. And that is how I do my shiny corn berserkers. Yeah, I kind of thought that, Blood for the Blood God. I thought at least I've got a first layer of red down. Nothing wrong with 2 or even 3 layers of a paint to get where you need to be. Sansa has just joined us in the Discord. Anybody want to put their hand up and tell me that is them, so that I can give you a role and you can see stuff and get involved? Right. Let's pick a second corn berserker. Get him nice and dirty. Being clean is for the Imperium. We don't do that round here. Gaminator is basing the weird boy. What's the plan for the base, Gaminator? It's been quite enjoyable. I'm glad we did these berserkers. Thank you, B for the BG, for pushing me heavily in the direction of the berserkers. Some of the first models I ever owned were Khorne berserkers. The Chaos Battle Force box back in the noughties used to contain Khorne berserkers. Ammo Terraform Asphalt. Okay, sounds interesting. Well, I look forward to seeing how it goes in the Discord Gaminator. Wick some of these bits off. We've got a little bit heavy-handed. I don't mind the heavy-handed look much, to be fair, with a wash. Get rid of any obvious massive pools, but the rest of it I quite like. Yep. Get rid of that bit. Right, we've got a few minutes left, and we have one final berserker to give a little dirt wash to. That's a lot of wash has gone on that shoulder pad. There's something quite satisfying about wicking paint. Just slurping it back onto the brush. Slurpy, slurpy, gonna have a good time. Alright, happy enough with that. Close the lid, try and pull the tab thing out the back before that causes me an issue. Stupid Citadel pots. There we go. Salted! salted. Happy days, happy bloody days. Bum, 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 bum. Ha! Evil Custodes! Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that is it. How have your resin demons going? How's the Lord of Change going? Lucky knife. Very nice stream as always. Yeah, thanks guys. Thank you very much. 212, good stream, pal. Look forward to next week. Thank you, thank you. As always, we'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 till 9 UK time. Always in the Discord as well. If you guys ever need anything in the Discord, just give me a shout. And yeah, let's wrap it up. So we got this guy. This is what we've done this week. This guy looking pretty cool. We also built Mephiston and the Sanguinor. And we've made these guys dirty brass. So that's good. Been fun. I've had a lot of fun. We've got a lot of likes, a lot of chat, a lot of new people, a lot of the legends that have been here for a long time. I've had a good week, so thank you all for making it good. Back next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week is also our Thursday members only stream. Good to see some of you in there. And if not, I'll be in the Discord. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and I'll see you all soon. Look after yourselves and each other. Ciao for now.